Hey everyone, it's Carrie over at Double Click. Welcome back to my craft room. I am very excited because I am showing you my outgoing Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun swap season 2 for 2025. One of my swap partners is Annie over at Annie's Paper Crafts. Her channel, as well as everybody else that's in the swap, will be linked down below. If they don't have YouTube, I will link their Instagram handle. I'm so super excited. I had so much fun creating two projects for this swap, two different swaps. I wanted to keep them different yet kind of similar. So let's get into the requirements and then I will show you what I created for Annie. It had to be Halloween themed. We had to create an envelope flip book with a minimum of 3 envelopes and each envelope with 3 die cuts, 2 ticket embellishments, an ATC or an MDC, a crafty container filled with bits and bobs, a Halloween crafty goodie, a Halloween sweet treat, and a handmade crafter's choice. Let's just dive right into what I'm sending Annie. Before I do that, I want to show you my little partner in crime here. I have my puppy, Walter. He is sitting in his pouch. He loves to hang out with me and see what I'm up to. And instead of me tripping over him, he doesn't mind just going in his pouch like a little kangaroo baby. He does not give me a problem being in there. I decided to do a pastel type theme for Halloween, and I realized once I started, I did not have a lot of Pastelloween. Thankfully, I was lucky enough to win a paper pad from Leanna over at It's a Deal. This is the paper pad that I won from Leanna over at It's a Deal. This is Sweet Harvest. This ended up working out perfect. I was able to use a lot of these papers in the swap that I created for my Pastelloween. Thank you so much for that, Leanna. I definitely put this to good use this season. Also, Maka over at Maka's Home, she gifted this card it was like a gift swap when I hosted a crafty get-together and she attended, and this was in her crafty goodies. I am reusing this card to give to Annie. It's so super cute, and she did use some of my dewdrops on there, and the theme is just perfect for this swap. For the sweet treat, I did try and label each package. I decided to send her these extreme sour Smarties, and I found this a jumbo roll of Smarties. This was one of the candies that she had listed. I did select all of the bags and the packaging already. After I'm done videoing, all of this will be sealed up and mailed off. The next was a crafty goodie. I'm sending her these pinks for the Pastelloween gems. This candy orange nail polish. It's perfect for the holidays. And also these sparkle pumpkins and these fall pumpkins with some pumpkin leaves. I wanted to send a Halloween paper pad, but I could not find one that I liked. I saw a couple at Michael's, but I really didn't like them. So what I ended up doing was I just went ahead and picked up a Christmas that is the pastel colors, and I will be gifting her this instead of a Halloween pad, and hopefully this will give her a kickstart to the holiday season. These are the crafty goodies that was part of the swap, and some of them will be in this bag, and I have some wrapping paper for the Christmas paper. Next is the crafter's choice. I decided to create her a pin cushion. This was a die that I picked up last year. It was after Halloween, so this is the first year that I was able to use it. Instead of cutting it out in paper, I decided to cut it out in felt. Let's see, so this one, I sewed the purple base together first, and I left a little corner open, then I stuffed it, and then I sewed the front pattern on top of it. It's super cute. I did add a little bow with a clip onto there, and then I did pull a stick pin that I wanted to kind of put in there so they know it's a pin cushion. This is my crafter's choice, which had to be handmade. Hopefully she will enjoy this little spooky, I don't know what it is, maybe a mummy? I'm not sure, but I hope she will enjoy this. I had a lot of fun sewing it, and I plan on making one for my sister and sending her one for Christmas, as well as one of my daughters. So that is my crafter's choice for her. I did label it. I'm trying to commit to using my alphas. This is a great way to use them up, and I will be putting fluff and stuff in here and in all the packages. And next we have the Halloween envelope book. This is the cover. I had these foam pieces that I picked up, I think at Michael's, and I cut the spooky wishes out of foam. I had some of these brat eyeballs. I cut some eyelashes and added a bow along with some pom-pom trim. I thought about adding something else, but I just thought she was so cute. I really didn't want to take away from her. I did add a Velcro dot to the side. Let's open it up. I decorated each envelope with its own little theme. This is a great way to use all your little scrap pieces of paper and miscellaneous ephemera, and I had a lot of fun creating this. In this first envelope, in this little spider bag, I made her some die-cut pumpkins. I did make these using my Cricut. And I did a couple different sizes as well as some different colors. These are the Nouveau drops that I used for a little extra touch on this envelope. I think Zenobia made this for me last swap. I am reusing it on here. It goes perfect with this swap. In this sleeve, I made her some spooky ghosts. I picked up this die the end of last year, so I didn't get to use these last Halloween season. I decorated each one. I tried to make them as Pastelloween as possible with some of the purples and the pinks. I did layer these several times so they are nice and thick. On this pocket, I used some scrap paper. I had this little pumpkin sticker and an extra cutout that said boo. And then I added this little tab up here that has a heart. In this envelope, I'm sharing some of these pumpkins that I cut out of a Sizzix die cut that I scored last season. These are so cute, and I was able to use a really thick piece of cardboard. These are really heavy duty, and again, I tried to use some of the pastel colors on these. For this envelope, I had a lot of miscellaneous cutouts and stickers, so I just created this little scene. These are little skeletons. We have a sticker and a pumpkin with a ghost. And in the last pocket, I made these boo bags. This also was using the Cricut machine. I did a little jump ring and I added a little charm because I know that purses right now with their little bling is all the rage. I have a little pink spoon, a little lollipop. We have these little boo bags, and I also decided to create just some extra flat embellishments. In this one, I made some of these skulls in this fun glitter paper. This one is a sticker, and that's in this baggie. In this baggie, I have some little bats and spiders from an old Cuttlebug die that I had in my stash. Made them pink to go with the theme. In this one, I made little picket fences, the spooky cute ones. I did layer these a couple times so that they are thicker. I made these super cute candy corns. I love how these ones turned out. I think they're so adorable. I did glitter the top with some stickles. That is my envelope flip book filled with die cuts. I hope that Annie loves this as much as I loved creating it. It was so much fun. I do have to work on my envelope making skills. I did use the papers out of that paper pad. I cut down 11.5 by 11.5, but I need to remember that I need to score them so that they bend more appropriately when the envelopes are stuffed. So that's something that I will continue to work on. And I do have a big clear bag that's going to be fitting into. She requested an MDC card, so using my Cricut, I made this pumpkin, and I used I think it's the Heidi Swap MDC punch. For the bottom, I just trimmed it flat and then punched it to make it MDC, and I did measure the length for an MDC card to make sure it will fit in a box, and I put some of my information on the back. This is the MDC card. For the ticket embellishments, I'm reusing some packaging that was sent to me. Let's see how these tickets turned out. Here's the first one. I love using all of these little pieces of goodness from my stash. This is just a basic ticket die. It has the one and then like the tear off. I love how these turned out. And here's the second one. This is such a great way to use all those little things that you have. I added flowers, stars, lots of trim for the thicker beads. I used some of my dewdrops, a tiny bat. These are buttons that I clip the backs off of. We have those tickets. They're going right in here. And lastly, we have our bits and bobs. These were left at the crafty giveaway table when I hosted one of my crops. So I snagged a few of these. This is my container that I am sending her. This is made from a coffin template I cut out on some pink paper, put it all together. I decorated the front with lots of ephemera pieces that were gifted to me. I picked up these fun colored spiders this year at Walmart, added some pom-pom trim and some pink fluff. I did put a little Velcro dot on the side. That was simply to keep it closed so that not everything falls out during transit. Here are some of the things that I put inside my bits and bobs. We have some picks, some chipboard. In here is the Pastelloween dewdrops, some of the wooden picks. We have more chipboard. And then we have some bells, ghosties, some bones, some little spooky erasers, some wood pieces, candy corns, spooky cats. Here's a spooky glitter mix that I put together. We have some fun gems, more wooden pumpkins, some big chipboard pieces, some handmade embellishments, lots of little bones, some beads. We have big spiders, and in the very bottom, here's a wax melt, some little ghosties. In the very bottom is a felt skeleton that is glued down with some pink fluff. That is the bits and bobs that I am sending her way. That is my outgoing Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun Season 2 swap for Annie over at Annie's Paper Crafts. I hope she enjoys my Pastelloween spooky cute collection that I am sending her. I am so looking forward to watching all of the incoming and outgoing swap packages. I thank you guys so much for stopping by and have a great day. Bye guys.